Yeah, just want to say good luck to Kelly Harper and their team as they get started in the tournament. Obviously, good luck to Dennis and our basketball team Friday night. Very excited to be in St. Louis and playing in the NCAA tournament. So awesome time for March Madness. So with that, as far as spring goes, it's been a very productive spring for us. Been very proud of our guys. What we're searching for, what I just told them is we're searching for consistency. There's been a lot of flashes, but we got to be consistent from every position. And for the next 6 months, it's all about finding that consistency in what we need in order to be successful. We unfortunately have had 2 injuries in camp. These guys will be back at some point, but they had leg injuries that'll keep them out. It was Elias and Josh Atkins. They'll be back at some point, probably not for the first of camp, but some point in that September, October time frame we'll be able to get them back. But wanted to update you on that. Other than that, I'll take questions.
Eli, I guess overall, your biggest takeaway, positively from this camp, what did you like?
Well, it was interesting, with new coordinator on offense and new special teams coordinator. There's a lot of teaching going on, not just teaching the players, but teaching coaches and teaching the staff. This is the expectation of how we do that. But I think the response has been really good. I think the buy-in and belief on how we do things, how we approach practice has been really good. I think our newcomers are getting acclimated to what we're trying to do. It's just a matter of finding the consistency, whether it's an offensive rhythm, defensive rhythm, or special teams rhythm, being consistent in our approach, and that's what we're looking for.
As a coach, what are some of the main things you're looking for to kind of see that consistency day in, day out?
Yeah, it's just making the routine plays, right? Making the routine plays, making the routine checks, maintaining your gap integrity. I think that's really what we're talking about when we're talking about consistency, being the same person every day when you show up. Knowing, everybody's got strengths and weaknesses. Being able to play to your strengths, understand your weaknesses, and limit those so they're not, showing up consistently on tape.
Without Josh for a bit here, then how do you guys approach the offensive line over the next few months?
Yeah, it's actually been good. Dom was out for a little bit. Dom Judice was out for a little bit, so we've been able to move guys around and get a lot of good work. Logan Reichert, Luke Work are now playing that right tackle spot. That's been really good for those guys. Tristan's played a little bit of center for us along with Whit Hafer. He's done a really good job. That gave Zach Owens a chance to play a little bit of left guard. Spring is all about individual player development, not really so much worried about where everybody fits right now, and it's been a really good spring of getting those guys a lot of reps. Really excited about some of the young guys, really stepping up and playing. I think Khalif Canty has done a really nice job, and Brandon Anderson. Those guys have been really good, better than probably expected. They'll make big jumps here in the next 6 months. Same thing with some of the defensive linemen. You can tell Jason Dowles made a jump from his freshman year. Dante coming in, he's flashed. He's just got to be more consistent. But you've seen some jumps that people have made. Dayton Hopkins has had a really good spring. He's going to have to add strength and power to his game. But, we've been impressed so far.
Just to clarify, and Josh said it's something where he'll miss potentially the start of games or the start of camp.
Obviously it just depends on how it all shakes out. I'll give you a better update in fall camp, but he could miss some time, could not miss some time. Just depends on how quickly we can get that thing recovered.
Yeah, I'm curious from Darius Smith. Obviously, we saw Brian early, said attitude
Yeah,
about him.
I didn't know if Brian got hired as his PR man or head coaches, but keep going, yeah.
What kind of jump have you seen? He said an enormous jump. What kind of jump have you seen from Darius?
Yeah, I'm gonna let Brian just speak on that. I'm gonna just keep pushing these guys to keep working. I think Darius has done an excellent job of putting on the weight that he's supposed to, and he's developing his skills as a pass rusher. He's always been a violent player in the run game. I think we all got a long way to go for the next 6 months to get where we want to go.
Has any returner really stood out to you in taking a leap and kind of breaking into this
Curtis
role?
Piegler had probably the most impressive performance so far. I think Caden Green's been really good. Jordan Harris has been good. Ahmad's been good. But Darius Smith, Nick Rodriguez, Santana Banner, those guys that have been here and it's their time now know what to expect. They've been really good, but Curtis Piegler would be somebody that I've been really proud of.
When you're working through some of those injuries on the offensive line and then a whole bunch of new faces as well, how important is it to have Caden and Dom and some other returners to kind of help integrate them?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just Dom and Caden's understanding of how we do things around here, and what the work ethic's like, and what the expectation is, and they set the tone for that room, and they've been really good.
Have any transfers in specific really stood out to you this spring?
Yeah, I think there's been a lot of really good transfers. I thought Caden Lee obviously had a really big day today for us. But I think all of them have had moments of flashing. Elijah Dotson's been really good for us in the secondary. Chris Graves Jr. has been really good for us in the secondary. But all of them, it's going to just continually be about consistency.
How is this defense kind of coming together? A bunch of new faces in the room.
Yeah, it's a process of just understanding how we're trying to do things. What is it consistently that we need to do? But I think they'll get it. They'll get there.
Is there anything that's different for you over the next month, not having the spring portal window?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little different now. It's a little different. It's more focused on what you have and developing it to what you want. There's no returns or exchange options now. So you bought it, you got it.
Last one.
Coach, the quarterbacks obviously have
I
been
was wondering if we
it's been a whole thing. We heard Coach Riley kind of talk about not just who's the best, but who's going to make the smart reads and who's actually going to commit to those. What have you seen from those guys in the start of the spring?
Yeah, I think it's been different because it's not only a quarterback battle, but it's also understanding and learning a new offense, right? So there's been good days and bad days, not quite as much consistency as you would like, but I really felt like all the quarterbacks have made a jump really in the last 4 practices. I think they've done a really good job of taking that message that Coach asked them, which is be smart but not conservative, know when to push the ball down the field, when not to put the ball in jeopardy, and they've done a really good job. Really good job.
All right, Coach, thank you.
All right, MIZ, thank you all.